Welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the Gamesense MVP. And just to let you know, this was sent out to me from Gamesense for review. This is a wireless, lightweight, ambidextrous gaming mouse inspired by the Microsoft Wheel Mouse Optical, which is like a boomer mouse that pretty much was every old person's first gaming mouse. Inside the box, which has got some interesting and cool art, it's like definitely a nicer box than it needs to be. Comes with some basic accessories. We've got extra feet, info card, power cord, USB-C cable, which is totally nice enough to play with if you need to plug it in and play while it's recharging. It also comes with the mouse and the dongle. The dongle has a nice little storage area right here, which is magnetic, which is a nice little thoughtful touch. So the shape is inspired by the WMO, which is pretty potato-ish, I would describe it. So it's symmetrical, big hump in the middle, sides slope out and in just a bit. And this is how I hold a mouse. As far as the size goes, I would definitely say it's a medium to medium large mouse. Not squarely in the large category, but definitely not squarely in the medium category. In hand, it feels like a slightly bigger G Pro wireless, which I would definitely say is a really good thing. Like it says on the box, 75 grams, it's got a 3370 and has 60 million clicks on M1 through 5, so that just means everything but the DPI button has a KLG M4 in it. The clicks feel really snappy, the sensor feels great. As far as the weight goes, it's obviously heavier than something like the Starlight 12, but for most people, this 75 gram range is something that they should be used to, and you'll know if that's good or bad for you. As far as the QC on this mouse goes, it feels really great. The clicks feel really good. There's just the tiniest bit of pre-travel, which is nice, but I think it's actually all coming from the switch itself, and then there's a small amount of post-travel as well. These are really snappy. There's almost no pre-travel. I think the click is sitting directly on the switch, and it does feel really good. Here's the left click. Both feel awesome. Scroll wheel has a tactile encoder. Not super smooth, not super heavy. Tactile, a little bit noisy. Feels good. Middle click feels really satisfying. Small amount of pre-travel, not much post-travel. Feel really good in game, not mushy at all. No side buttons on the right side, so it is a right-handed mouse. As far as the bottom goes, you've got the on and off switch, which is a 3-position switch. Bottom is off, middle is RGB, and the top mode is RGB off. I just rock with RGB off because I want the best battery life. And one thing I will mention about the RGB, which I think I mentioned in the other Gamesense review, the modes just seem a little funny. You can probably find a mode that you like, but none of them are particularly to my liking, and some of them are just weird. So I just put this all the way up, and that's RGB off. And here's a little off camera sound test. Button 1, button 2, wheel, mouse button 5, mouse button 4, DPI button. As far as the shake test goes, there is no noise at all. As far as the coating goes, it does get a little oily, but it's not slippery, feels good. Never really thought about it when I was using it, so that is a pass for me. I don't really care about fingerprints on my mice, so it is what it is. Solid coating in my opinion. So I think I've said it in my other video about the Gamesense meta, but the RGB modes were just a little bit weird. Nothing really was to my liking. I'm not really a huge RGB user anyway, so I just turned it off. But the modes do seem a little clunky. There's no sort of customizer as far as making your own mode. It's usually just pick a color, but I think solid colors are the most popular anyway, and you can definitely do that. So that's just my little gripe about the RGB modes being kind of a little weird or all over the place. And in that same vein, the software to me just seems like pretty much all other mouse software. It's nothing great. You kind of go in there, you get stuff done, and you get out. You don't really need it for this unless you're trying to customize RGB modes. I did try to rebind just anything to this button. It didn't work. So that's pretty much an overview of the mouse. If you ever use the WMO, you probably know if you like the shape or not. This reimagined ultralight wireless version, I actually really like. I've been using it for a few months now as like my main mouse on my PC and gaming with it, and really the highest praise that I can give a mouse is that once I start using it, I just forget that it's there. And that's the case with this mouse. It's the same thing with the G Pro wireless. I just stop thinking about it and just use the mouse, which is great. It basically becomes an extension of your hand. I do like mice around the G Pro wireless size. I did get used to it quick and it didn't affect me negatively in game. I feel like I played really well with this mouse, and this definitely gets a recommend from me if you like the G Pro wireless shape and you wanted something a little bigger, or you know that you like the WMO shape. If not, if the shape intrigues you or you want something a little bit bigger, or you like the big side buttons, or there's something about it that intrigues you, I would definitely say give it a shot. MSRP of this mouse is $100. I know Gamesense and Lethal Gaming Gear have them in stock. Definitely a way better value for your money than the Superlight, especially if you have a G Pro wireless or something like that already. But for $100, I think you get a really great mouse, and my complaints with it are trivial but worth mentioning in a review. But as far as using this for gaming, I think it is a great gaming mouse. So that's it for me. I think for $100, it's a good value. Again, shape is pretty much king when it comes to all this stuff. So if you like the WMO shape or you want a little bit bigger G Pro wireless, definitely give this a shot. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I pretty much replied to everything. So that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. Peace. Real quick, forgot 2 things. The feet are really good. I see no reason to change them. I use a Heian and I thought they felt great, so I left them on there. And the battery life is pretty good. I would believe what they say on the box. I plugged it in a few times when I got the low battery warning, but it seemed to last quite a while. So no complaints with either the feet or the battery. All right, that's it for real. Peace. Thanks.